from your channel?
I'm trying to, but you have to walk me through the steps, Dale, because
I
I
think
Okay,
I think I'm
if
in
you're
there.
on your laptop, up in the top right corner, you should see a big blue button that says stream this to your audience.
let's
Yeah.
see.
And then you must make sure that your StreamYard is set up with the email address associated with your YouTube channel.
Yes, that's correct. But you
And
have to
then
be on your laptop to do it.
No.
you can use a
No,
phone to do it, but
I
you
did it
click
on.
the more down at the bottom. You got an iPhone, right, Chris?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
No, yours is
The
a.
more.
I
Are
got
you talking
iPhone.
about?
Good night, Joe.
Mine's on my phone.
I see Louisiana Live came on live. I just see he's come on live, but I'm
Good
not
night,
sure.
Rebecca.
Don't push any buttons.
Yeah, I think mine just went. I think I figured it out.
Hey,
Don't know
Craig,
exactly what I did, but I think I figured it out.
now you're in
Are
the
you
live.
iPhone or are you
Yep,
Android?
you
Janae?
figured it out. It just gave me the little thing.
Oh, did okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see like 8 things up here, and it tells us everybody that's
It
live.
tells us
Okay.
everybody
Hey,
who's
look,
live.
hey, I got all night. I just gotta go home at 6:00 in the morning.
Praise up. Praise up.
iPhone. Okay, so iPhone. You're on iPhone, right, Bowen? So can you walk her through it? How
Yeah.
you did it?
So
And
if you
in
click
the link in the StreamYard or the link in right now live from
the link
our,
in
The link
Amber's chat.
be pinned at the top.
Yeah.
the link in the chat. Okay, click that.
Yeah. And then
Okay. It
do
says
the
entry.
regular stuff. And then right there says night, cam, chat, and more. Hit that more.
See
And
more.
then, yeah.
Okay, more. Okay, and then you do stream this to your audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That click that.
Yep.
Yep.
And we're gonna get another little button up here.
Yeah.
Stream to your own destination.
Correct.
Yep.
Work in progress.
Right?
They don't make it easy.
No.
It wasn't that
Well,
hard.
what was messing me up is I don't know what I did. I was trying the other day to change all my stuff over to Our Louisiana Life and get away from my real name. And somehow I created another channel with the email of Our Louisiana Life. It's what I done.
Oh,
And yeah, and then this channel has got my email of my personal email.
Oh no.
I don't know. But anyway, I'll get that figured out. So, but if that's the case, I can go give myself some watch hours with my other channel.
Well, you know, it's not really necessarily bad. We have 2 channels. We have the Blessed to Crochet and we have Blessing Through Connections. And my idea for Blessing Through Connections was to bring people in and just make them mods almost instantaneously, and then people could start connecting. And the focus has had to be on Blessed to Crochet. But what I've started doing with that channel is making it where I can put playlist up. So when I want to send people to that channel to look for other channels, it's there. And then when they're on our channel, everything except for the Fall Fest right now is all of our playlists. We're not mixing playlists. So when people are staying on our channel and they're watching our playlist, it's all our stuff. It's not anybody else's. And then that other channel, I can say, hey, go to this channel if you want to, check out, really neat channels. Go here and look through all our playlist. So it's kind of been really helpful and a great resource to be able to help other channels by having that second channel.
and I'm going to
And
tell
whether
you,
it grows or not, it's fine.
If you're a new
Look,
channel
Dale.
starting out and you're looking for watch hours, always make sure you start a playlist that says like marathon watch or all from the beginning. And every video you've ever put out, put in that playlist. So those people who are wanting to help you with watch hours, like Chris is talking about, where he goes to bed at night with the sound on and like it's just background music playing or whatever, they can click on that marathon watch party and they just go clear through every video you have, and that grows your watch hours.
Yeah, I've had some of mine set up as just on a play all, so some people can just hit the play all and it plays everything.
We've also done something called Mocha Watch. We have a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and everybody has loved her, and we've done something called Mocha Watch. So what we do every couple of days is put a Mocha Watch, and we tell our viewers where we are in watch hours. And we say, okay, it's Mocha Watch. This is where we are, and this is what we need you to do. And so that's been really helpful, because then people can say, oh, they're only, we're only like 600 away from 4,000. But it's been helpful to say, okay, Mocha Watch, this is where we're sitting now. And then I put a cute picture of Mocha up. So everybody's been really liking that a lot.
So Jennifer, no, that is not the case. All it has to be is the volume has to be on.
Yeah.
As long as it's playing, it's going to count as a watch hour. You don't have to comment.
The interactions do the algorithm other things, but it won't take away your watch hours just because you didn't comment. As long as you watch it, it shows up as a watch.
There's nothing better for your channel than to somebody to watch the whole video.
Right.
If you can get people to watch all your videos,
and if you put it on a watch list and go to bed, then when the ads play, you don't skip the ads.
Exactly.
That matters too on monetization, because then you're not, because YouTube can tell when somebody skips the ads.
Mm-hmm.
So I throw our channel on sometimes and just go to bed listening to her talk.
Oh wow.
Well, that is that's a great idea too, because that's what we did. That's why there is a 9 Acre Family Farms and a Nana 9 Acres, because Nana would watch, share every one of our videos, and that would help, Also, that way she can watch the video, because sometimes I edit it and she's never even seen it till it comes out,
Well, what we found up here, I had a couple guys at work that was watching it. After it plays for so long with no interaction on it, it makes you have to hit next.
Yeah.
After, it won't just play everything. It makes you have some type of interaction, whether it's you got to hit next, play next, or whatever.
My laptop does that too.
Yeah.
But Dale, you've got one up on me, because I'm not sure how many of my videos Anita has managed to set through.
Another real helpful thing is Pixel Bay. That's another one that has free movies and sound and pictures and so forth. And we've actually been able to find it. You have to make sure it says free content. And I always try to put the person's information in the description. But we've actually turned off comments and made some kind of relaxing stream for like 10 hours and let that run while we're sleeping. And then we don't have the comments on, so nobody can come in and say things they shouldn't. And then get up in the morning, and we've gotten 40-50 watch hours just from people watching those 10-hour relaxing streams. You just need to make sure it says free. I had one that didn't say that exactly, and they stopped the stream, but I have 14 or 15 on there, and they've had no problems.
I'll also let you in on another little secret and tip for those of you who are struggling. Now, this is after you become monetized. Hi, TNT Adventures. But if you'll go in Studio on your laptop, you can go down to Creator Music Beta. And for those of you who like to put music on your videos, like if you notice my devotionals on Sunday, like I played a Daily and Vincent Mansion Over the Hill at the first of it.
Yeah.
I go in there and I search under that beta, say a hymn or a gospel song, and there's a box you can click that says shared revenue available.
Yeah.
So when you click on that and then you play that during your live, you won't get a copyright strike. In fact,
because you're sharing revenue with
both
them.
earn money from it.
Right.
But
Right.
make sure that they say that. And
I've struggled with that, trying to find some songs.
a lot of people
Yeah.
are really into, I mean, I'm a music guy. You guys know that. Like, everybody knows I'm into music, but it always struggles. So I have my paid version of KindMaster that I do my editing through. I know other people talk about Epidemic Sound and stuff like that, you know, but they all seem to struggle with the problem of getting copyright over music.
Yeah.
If you'll go to that and use one of those, it's a joint revenue sharing, you won't have none of that.
Yeah, because what I've started doing now is going in and setting my stuff as private. Hey, Tony. And then going into the editor on YouTube in the studio, and then add music. But the thing is, I can't add music in multiple places. You can only put one thing in, and that's it. So
I got a question. So number one, you said I could pop down and it still runs live, right?
If you drop off of here until they hit the end button, it's still going to stream on your channel, Bowen.
All right, and then the other thing that I wanted to say was I got a second channel just so I can do other stuff. Y'all know what other stuff is. So I do other stuff.
Freedom sticks and things like
Yeah.
that.
You
Yeah.
got a cordless hole puncher?
Yeah.
Cordless hole punchers.
Freedom seed dispenser.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got another channel. And that way I'm not always tied down to the ministry thing.
Good night,
Yeah.
Kelly.
Right.
Hi, Kelly.
But anyway, I'm gonna drop down. I appreciate you showing us how to do this. And thanks Amy and Chris for letting us do this. And I sent you an email, Amy. So just send me your digits, and we'll do this next week. We'll circle back.
Circle back.
Remind
Okay.
me, because I will forget, because I'm slow like that. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. I'll be in
Later.
the chat. I just want to do
Okay.
All right then.
Bye.
And we were getting close to there to like 9 people at one time, so we looking like the Brady Bunch for a
Man,
second.
you're almost chilling with the Gillum status there for a moment.
Right?
Right?
We were starting to fill up. We were getting smaller and smaller. I had to keep getting closer to see everybody because the more people get on here, the smaller the squares get. It's like, man, we need to get a bigger TV.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to have to be like Bowen and Mary. I'm going to have to get me some like listening devices, because this little speaker on this laptop with the AC going, the
Right.
dryer going.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't hear half of what people say. I just
Right.
can't hear
What'd you say, Dale?
it. Exactly.
Right.
Or you get the microphone attached and then you put in, I have the earphone so I can hear really good because it's attached all to the microphone.
I can use my Bluetooth earbuds.
Now I do that with my phone. When I'm
Yeah,
on
I
my
can do it with
phone,
my
I get
computer.
my AirPods,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't have that option with my lap. With the
I can hear all of y'all really good except for Tony.
except for
I
Tony.
Can't hear Tony. Look at him talk down there.
That's okay. Now, if Angie was on there, I'd want to hear it. I mean,
She's over there right now.
You know you're in trouble if Tony comes up with some pictures, though. You need to X him off.
Ain't nobody want to see that. Nobody.
Oh, yeah, deal. You'll be glad we're small.
Oh man.
How y'all doing?
Okay, y'all.
I do that.
Did you finally figure it out, Janae?
All right. Well, I'm a little slower than Bowen. And, it says everyone can see and hear now. I clicked on it says public. It says public, private, or whatever. I just left it on public.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
It's got to be on public.
Okay, I saved it on public and left it on public. So that's the last thing I did, right?
Yep, you're up there on the list of people co-streaming, so
Yep.
you're good.
You're good. You're on the co-stream.
You got it.
I had a little help from my friends.
Oh,
That's a
okay,
song.
Teresa's telling me, Trey, you need to make mods on your channel.
I need mods on my channel.
So now is when you're streaming in one area, okay? You need to go into your YouTube on, say, your phone, if you're on your laptop, go into the YouTube, pull up the chat, and you can just touch somebody in the chat, and there'll be an option that says make a moderator.
Just reach out.
Okay.
There's two options for mods.
Uh-huh.
There's a standard moderator and there's a managing moderator.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want just everybody to be a managing moderator. Only people that's like only Nana is my managing moderator.
Yes.
Only somebody that you trust to control your channel, because they can go in
As you
edit, they can delete, they can do everything.
They can do everything you can do.
So you want to make everybody a standard moderator.
Yes.
That'll allow them to whack trolls, to share links, to, share email addresses, stuff like that.
Okay, can I do that? Okay, so I just click where it says the chat. It says chat and comments. Just click chat.
Yep.
It says just click chat.
Now you have to be on a device that you're in there as Joyful Janae.
I have to be on a computer or another
on
device.
the computer or on, so you'll have to open another tab, but make sure that this is muted when you do that, or else you're going to get an echo.
Okay. So you have to bring it up twice.
You have to actually go in the YouTube while this is playing to do it.
Okay.
Or you can go in, there's another way to go into it, but I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
That's just going to confuse people.
Just open another open
another tab on your laptop, go to this live, go to your live, not Amy's. Then if there's someone that's commenting in there, just click on one of those people where it has the three dots if you're on the laptop, and it'll say make a moderator or put user in timeout. Make them a moderator. Or if the person's a tighty-whitey wearing meatloaf eating Damas, put them in timeout.
Or hide them.
Hide them.
Yep.
Okay, make a moderator. Here it is. New managing moderators can support my channel. So I just put, what'd I do?
You want a standard. You don't want a managing.
I think I clicked something and it went away.
Don't do that.
I think that offended me.
Okay, I'm gonna click
It
on
offended you?
When you said meatloaf eating.
I'm gonna add Bowen as a moderator.
Mom, where's the meatloaf?
Come on, man. I was good.
All right.
Now I'm hungry.
Okay, whoever is coming up on my channel, let me see who I'm gonna add as a moderator. Okay,
All right.
Bowen, type something.
Okay, Bowen, type something.
Somebody. Okay.
Hold on.
I
Hold
gotta
on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh, Andy, you do it stream the audience. I didn't know that.
Okay, I got Bowen.
That's how you
Okay.
co-stream.
Bowen, I got you as a moderator. I'm gonna put Simply Jan up here. Okay. Who else is in here I would like to put as a mod?
Teresa J is an awesome moderator. Gail's an awesome moderator.
All right.
I've only got a couple on mine. Just on
Y'all
mine.
type something so I can see if your mods come up. Okay. All right.
Can I interrupt this tense moment to bring you a moment of laughter?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Absolutely.
Smokies.
I heard that. We
I
had a
heard
lot of fun
that.
with that, didn't we?
I heard that.
I heard that they were having some kind of debate or something this evening, and I don't like getting into politics, but there is something that I've learned from Don Trump. If you've got a brown patch in your yard
I got you, Amy.
and you don't want it to be there, you could just let the grass grow long on each side of that brown patch and just rake it over.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm still not seeing Trey live. Or
I
Louisiana
don't see
live.
Trey. Yeah.
He is.
Right there.
Yeah,
I got him on my end.
Okay.
It says you're live.
Are you live on your new channel, Trey?
No, it's on
Y'all
my
type in there and see. I got Amy as a moderator.
It's all
and
in there.
Chris. Let's see.
Can somebody drop
Oh, I got
Janae's?
it.
Can she drop Joyful channel so I can find it?
Can
Yes.
someone drop my link while I do this?
I can do that. Or
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'm not in Amy's, but
Okay, Chris and Amy type something. See if you're in blue.
let me go back to mine and I'll drop it in mine, Mary.
Yep, I got it.
And then you'll
Okay.
see it over here on the side chat. And
Now I'm
Okay.
in.
the laptop.
Dale's got his wrench. Where's Nana's channel in there?
Nana she turned into a pumpkin a long time ago. She turns into a pumpkin very early.
10 people
Okay.
watching through today.
Yeah.
And
Let's see.
look how our numbers go.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
I'm
who
liking
else.
this co-streaming, Dale.
This is pretty cool. No wonder I
Avid,
was
would you
wondering.
like to be
We got more
would you
people
like to
in
be a
now
mod on my
because
channel, Avid?
we're co-streaming across so many channels. We're getting more people that we wouldn't normally get because we're
Hey,
getting more.
Liz. Liz and
reach.
Chris.
I like it.
I found you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
commented
like me
enough
right now. I
for you.
only have like 3 people that's on mine. They're showing up on mine.
Oh,
Well, I'm
okay.
going to fix that. How do you spell your name, Trey?
Just Our Louisiana Life.
No, your name, Trey.
Oh, Trey. I'm sorry. Trey.
Trey.
Yeah, Williams.
I got y'all. Let's see.
I can
Type-
misspell that a number of ways.
All right,
I
Paul. Where are
commented in
you?
your live.
Xander, he is a great mod.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Heck yeah.
Xander.
There's-
Another thing.
I don't know
too-
what happened. I've been booted.
He's in the basement.
Well, come on back up.
Another thing too, I was on tonight and I have the
Tony.
redirecting tool, and I was on and there was a friend of mine going live, and
Yeah.
she didn't have the available to redirect. So I said to her, if you do that, then I can redirect my people when we're done to your live. So, give the permission to redirect, because that was really helpful, because I was just able to send people right over to her.
Nice.
Hmm.
And you're supposed to have it at 1,000, but they've given it to me a little early. I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, y'all come on in. Let me see. Type so I can see if you went blue. I put y'all's a wrench on there.
So
Okay.
Hi, Lynn.
everyone has
There's Lynn the
everyone
Okie.
has their own idea on moderators.
Right.
Some channels make every single person a moderator. You better trust everybody that comes in then.
Right.
Because they can share any link that they want to share. If they want to share some disgusting nastiness, they can share it.
Oh, there'll be none of that on this channels, on any of our
Yeah.
channels.
So always make sure you know the person that you are
Yes.
making the moderator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Jeff on Rural Report, he makes sure that before he does stuff like that, he'll make sure
Hi,
they
Tiffany.
show up every couple, like they're regulars, and they chit chat, and he gets to know them, and then he'll make that decision.
Yeah, you probably don't want to let just any old body who's sitting in an almost dark room wearing a white shirt that's got great guys.
Yeah, like this guy that says Paul Case from Paul Case Farms. Yeah, I don't
Yeah, he
know
looks
how
like a
he got
fraud.
up on panel.
Okay, Xander, I got you.
I'm just riding on everybody else's shirt tails.
Look at that, Sergeant Talk TV right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I was at a vet center the other day working on their air conditioners and stuff, and I was talking to them about Sergeant Talk, and I told them that they should go check that out, and they said they were going to let like the people that come through there know about it. So I'm pushing. I'm a pusher too.
Yeah.
Well, you're quite welcome. Celebrating Farm Life. I did that on Trey's channel.
Yeah.
And Tuber Chat is a wonderful resource. I met a lot of you all through that, and that's
Yeah.
just an
Yes,
awesome
Tuber
resource.
Chat. Kevin is awesome.
Yes, he is.
Well, welcome y'all in, and we have a great community here. I mean, we have
Yes.
a wonderful community. Really wonderful.
I'm going to tell you somebody else, which I know most of you added her, and that's Jan. Jan's an awesome.
Yeah. God bless you. I added Jan, yeah.
Thank
Jan's I added her as a moderator.
I don't know if y'all know this, but we've had Miss Lisa's jam, Don't Be Jelly.
Mm-hmm. She's as sweet as Dale. Sweetest.
Ah,
God bless
Bless
you.
you.
Who is that? Is that Paul?
Ooh.
no, that's me. I'm trying to mute myself and I can't even find it. I don't know
Oh,
what's
that's
going on.
Tony.
Is that the vanilla Dale?
Mhm.
Hello,
Is that
Annie.
Hi, Annie.
All
Our
right.
sister from down under.
Good morning, our urban homestead, Annie.
Hey, I just want to tell you that I really appreciate being able to be on here with y'all tonight. And I was doing something at the meetup at 10 Killer that I was trying to make to where it would benefit everybody, and so I could say this. And y'all know I gave away ink pens with Paul Case Farms on YouTube on them. Most of y'all got one. If you didn't get one, I'm sorry. I'm practically out of them. I got to get some more. I thought because I gave away pens, maybe I could say I've been helping y'all pay your bills ever since, you know, or something like that. So,
Not very many people write checks anymore, though.
yeah, I am not very many people then because I write checks. I let a bank do most of my bookkeeping for me. So,
Yep.
yeah, I'm a cheater that way. And it's past this fat boy's bedtime. I got to get up and go to the logwoods in the morning and see if I can't eat some more dirt in the form of what's supposed to be air.
Yeah, I
And
hear you, brother.
wow, it is dirty out there.
You have good sandwiches, though, Paul. I've seen you have your sandwiches in your truck. Who are you kidding?
He's got to wash the dirt down.
I
I
know.
haven't been to the Not Sandwich store in almost 2 weeks, and I'm getting the hankering going on. I think we might find somewhere new to eat.
Home
Just
is.
saying.
I would make you a sandwich, and mail it to you, but it's a little far to send, you know.
It's a killer commute, isn't it? Miami's about 22 miles or something like that from home here. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's not like you're going to go to Pitcher and get a sandwich anymore.
no, sir. No, sir.
You can wash it down with some sweet tea.
That's a
And
yeah.
my sergeant-
If y'all don't know where Paul and I was talking about, just Google sometime Pitcher, Oklahoma. You will get quite the education.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to know what's happened at Pitcher since the buyout? I can tell you some things that's really disturbing. They gave all the land that they bought over there to the Indian tribes, back to the Indian tribes, which is no big deal to me. But
Other than the fact that they said it was unsafe for everyone to live there, and they give it to The tribe.
Right. They gave it to the Indian tribes, but the Indian tribes have then since been selling the chat piles to people.
Yeah.
And they're shipping it out all over the country, this stuff that was supposed to be toxic waste. Well, I got to tell you about them old timers that was mining lead. They didn't let much go. They're pretty tight, you know.
And they have snail piles of escargot snails, like little mounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they use that chat gravel from Pitcher, Oklahoma. I think every back road in Kansas has it on it. And
in that far southeast part of Kansas, you betcha.
It's all that. And they use it to make asphalt with as well. And so a lot of companies as far away as Kansas City and Dallas, Texas come to get that from Pitcher. And the chat piles are leaving. Yeah. And they also, because they had better buildings over there that were now vacant, they moved our county road district crew to Pitcher, which is bad.
Are you kidding me?
No. All of our county road district for District 1 in Ottawa County is now in buildings in Pitcher. And that's bad for me because it moves it another 4 miles farther from me. I'm way out here in the middle of nowhere. Our dirt roads get very little attention. They get graded once or twice a month, maybe, but
ours get graded once or twice a year.
Ours would be better if they left it alone sometimes.
Sometimes that's a good point.
I know Bowen asked a question in there how the hours work. Bowen, you get the hours for who's in your chat. So you're not going to get all of the only people that get everybody's are those hosts up there in the corner, those really nice people that are hosting this live. They get all of our hours. Each of us get our individual channel hours.
It's whoever's going on our channel.
But how many of us have been on?
I want y'all to say hi to my daughter, Hope. She's gonna come up in my chat. That's her channel.
Well, hello, Hope.
Hello. There she
Hello,
is.
Hope.
Say hey, Hope. Hey. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Hey, Dale, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
There's Amy. Oh, look. Say hey, Amy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, Amy.
Hi.
Hello.
Dale's going to ask you a question. I'm looking at StreamYard and YouTube. I actually had to type in what was it? Resourceful Living Homestead. It was on neither one of my looking up, and I'm on live chat. Why would that be?
You mean they're in your chat right now?
No, I'm watching them on StreamYard. I see them, but when I go to YouTube and I'm on live chat and they're not there at all, why would that be?
That looks good, Amy. That looks beautiful.
Because you were watching them on somebody else's chat, not on your chat.
I was watching on Amy's.
Yeah. So they're in Amy's channel. If you're in your channel and they're not in your channel, say on your phone, you're not going to see their chat. The only chats that'll show up in your channel are the people who are in your channel.
Well,
you won't see like Teresa J's in my channel or something like that. If she's not in your channel, you won't see her chat.
Well, see, I'm just literally just on Amy's channel completely.
But if you're in StreamYard, like us right now, you're going to see it over here on the side because you see everybody's on the side.
Okay.
You have to know if they're on somebody else. If it doesn't have that little link, then it's on Amy's channel. If it has the little link, it's on your channel.
Okay. All right. I got it. I just typed in that and said hi to them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got it.
And you can't tag
y'all. Click the thumbs up.
Through stream. Right.
Thank you.
And those that think that you have to crochet to be a part of my channel, you don't. You don't have to even know how to crochet.
Well, that's good.
Because I don't teach anybody how to crochet. I really focus on connection and bringing people together. And you know what? That's how we help each other grow, is by having connection and bringing people together. I just say, you know what? I'm blessed to crochet. What are you blessed to do? But you don't have
I don't
to know how to
expect people
crochet.
to
I love
work
that,
on
Mary.
$500,000 tractors either. So you're more than welcome to come around on my channel all you want.
If you want to know anything about John Deere, Dale is a master.
I'm not a master.
He's wonderful at everything. Let's just say everybody up here is like just leaning together, right? That's all we're gonna do. I mean, I don't care about titles or anything like that. We're just, as a community, we're making good community memberships, and we're joining together. We have fun, and we want to bring everyone with us. So come on in, join in.
So somebody asked what Mary's channel is. That's Blessed to Crochet.
Yes,
Mary, you don't have to crochet. I just love that name, and I stuck with it. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to kind of break through the stigma that says, look at their name and think, oh, I won't even bother going in. They're talking about crochet. I've been a part of fishing channels and homestead channels and all different kind of channels. So go and explore them. Go find out what they're about. Just don't judge them on the name alone. Because
like Avid Fisherman, he does like Avid Fisherman. He's a fisherman, but he does devotionals, and a lot of collection of community members. We all go and share and visit each other's channels, and that's what it's about. Like right now, I went to go visit Mary's channel, and then I went on Trey's channel. I'll go back in there and visit. So,
I have to tell a story, and I'm going to try very hard not to cry. My aunt was diagnosed last year with stage 4 liver and lung cancer. It is now terminal. They've given her less than a year to live. And I went out to my YouTube community and I said, my aunt wants to come up here and give us one last hug. And the ticket cost $414. And my YouTube community came together to bring that woman up here to see her family one last time.
Amen. Bless.
Think that this YouTube has a place and can do amazing things. I think we're only scratching the surface. And I got that one last hug. Sorry, I'm trying to cry, but
no, you're fine.
No, just let it go. Let it be authentic. That's the beauty of it.
So, it was amazing to see people come together for her. And she was touched by, she said, people don't even know who I am, and yet they're willing to help me see my family one more time.
There's Keith. Okay. There we go.
The
Farm to Table Direct Show. Welcome in.
I'm going to tell you, Mary, that is the one thing about having a YouTube channel. I think we all start a YouTube channel for different reasons. Some people start it because they think that they're going to quit their job and going to become a star and become rich.
No.
The whole reason why I started my channel was because I know one of these days God's going to call a roll, and I'm not going to be here anymore when my time on earth is up. And I have 2 granddaughters, and I want them to be able to watch my videos and go, that's my papa.
That's so beautiful, Dale. That's what it's about.
But what I did not realize what would happen is the closest friend network I've ever had in my life come from YouTube.
Yeah. You've been reading my intro again, Dale.
Dale, you say that about, when you're not here. It's already working for me that way, and I'm still here. Maribel, when Corbin don't listen because he's terrible too.
My granddaughters,
she doesn't live
their
here
mom
anymore.
will put us on the big
giving
screen.
Her all kinds of crap. She just puts our YouTube channel on, and he'll sit there and watch Gigi and Pawpaw.
They'll just watch Papa and Nana on the big screen for hours. They just love to play
at all.
Papa, Nana,
Bless you. Was that Chris?
But that's also why I conduct myself a certain way on my channel too.
Right.
I'm not going to say anything on my channel I won't say in front of those two little
Right.
ladies. I'm not going to allow things to be on my channel that those two little ladies.
I
couldn't
keep
see.
it clean too. That's why I haven't
Yeah.
invited Tony.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
Well,
we can't allow Tony, Paul.
That's a little bit of an inside joke.
I have been in Florida for, I just got home about a day ago for 8 days. I really didn't understand. I mean, my goal was to share what I do and maybe help people do what I do, but also my family. And when I went home to my mom, my brother, nieces were there, and listened to them, I didn't know how many people are actually watching but do not respond as a comment. Watch what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, deep, like a well. Tony.
Yeah.
It can be hard. I didn't realize it.
Well, I
Yeah.
struggle with fibromyalgia on a daily basis. So I can't always go out and be out and doing things because of my pain level. So for me, having the community that I have built has just been amazing. I did it for the connection. Any monetization, I say, Mom, here you go. I'm not in it for the funds. I'm in it for the connection that I have made with so many wonderful people. And when you're dealing with fibromyalgia, you also feel alone. And I raised an autistic individual who's married and beautiful and an adult. So I've been able to share my experience. And I used to be that mom on the couch where nobody understood. And, I didn't feel like nobody got it. Nobody understood. Nobody got what I was going through. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to be that friend to that person on the couch that's dealing with an autistic individual so they don't feel alone.
Yeah. This night turned in so beautiful. We went from ice cream to feet to smoky toes. And then
You never know.
we're going to circle back with Chris and Amy because they're such wonderful communities that we're all
Lactose
tapped into.
intolerance to now tolerance and community.
And God works miracles, y'all. He works
Amen.
miracles when you don't think about it. He just
Yep.
sits there and goes, he just
And
provided.
that's one thing.
Mary, you touch my soul.
Yeah, I don't want anybody. Tony, you were kind of like me. I barely made through what I was describing there. But, I want everyone to understand that, this sharing your faith, I'm not here to force my faith on you. But I can tell you this, my channel unlocked and I was blessed the day that I confessed my faith on it. Now, other things, you can say whatever you want. Sometimes I feel like I'm not shared as much because I share so much of it. But don't be afraid to share things like that,
Right.
I can't tell you how awesome it is that I got to say, I kind of stumbled onto a community, and I'd been making videos and putting on YouTube for 3 years or something like that before. And I can't even really remember why I wound up watching Johnny and Christine's live. And it may have been that he sent me a message or he invited me to their live through a comment or something that he made on one of my videos. The only reason he did that was because they ran onto some other people who are YouTube creators in Ottawa, Kansas, that they had went all the way to the Red Power Roundup, and I think it was in Indianapolis maybe that year. And,
was it there or Nebraska? I can't remember.
It was some way, quite a ways off for both of them. And they had went to it and run into these people, and they said, "Oh, you're from Oklahoma. Do you know Paul Case?" And I didn't even know them. And so it's kind of been a real vicious cycle. And then I've met people on Johnny and Christine's live that are
right here,
just a few miles from me. I stopped by David's.
Yes, I'll
Sorry,
take it.
a country boy's shop here a while back, and asked him if he couldn't help me fix a problem I had with my tires on my feed truck. And he goes out there and goes to looking at this problem, and I'm like, I sure would like it if them stains wasn't on my tires. It bugs me kind of, And he says, quit driving in the pasture.
I'm going to tell you, David. David has a God gift. If you've ever checked out a Country Boy and his paint buffer, just do yourself a favor and watch one of those where he transforms this vehicle to showroom quality, like unbelievable. But the other thing about David is a country boy. He is the wealth of knowledge like you cannot fathom. He messaged me one day talking to me about something else, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, my friend asked me if I would overhaul the carburetor off their Chevy pickup." And he just starts, he's like, "Well, is it this? Is it that? What engine did it come off of?" Then he's like, "Okay, turn these screws in this much, back them out exactly this much, give it back to him."
God bless
When
you.
he fires it up, it's going to idle and run. You can adjust it from there. I'm like, thanks, David.
Serious? First thing he did when he looked at my truck was he said, "There's no hope."
What kind is it, Tony?
I think what he was thinking was I pulled in there wanting him to make it mirror shine like he does on them vehicles that come in every details, and I'm like, no, nothing like that.
Hey,
Then I met Tony at the meetup, and I've just always been enamored with how he could just live in a cabin in the woods. And
Well, we do like daily. I do shorts with Bible verses 3 times a week. We do a quote every Monday. And what I've started doing, and I'm going to get back on track with it, is we do a reflection on that quote on Saturday, but I turn that into finding a Bible verse to go with the quote. How can we take this quote that may be within, the worldly kind of quote, but turn it in a way that we can look at it from a scriptural base point of it? And we throw some jokes in a couple days a week. But, and we do a Tuesday devotion every Tuesday so that there's that faith, because I said, you know what? Faith is an important part of this channel, and it's the cornerstone, and I'm not going to hide who my Savior is.
Mm-hmm.
And I am what I am. If you don't like me, you don't have to watch me.
Exactly.
The biggest problem I have now that I struggle with is I don't have enough hours in the day to watch all of my friends and make my own stuff.
Dale, you're 100% right.
Weeks. I am so busy at work, and my free time I have, I'm trying to help others, watch their videos, stuff like that. I haven't put my own video out for over 2 weeks.
Hi, Belle.
Well, Dale, you're helping me. You've helped me learn how that I can be from on the podium to 9th place in 2 questions. I mean, whenever you see me put that on there, is that there's still time for me to mess this up. You need to know I'm going down before the end of the time.
I love that. Every time you put that in there, there's still time for me to mess this up. I'm like, I literally just said that to myself today at work.
I mean, and look at everybody.
This one's getting everybody to say "hold on" all the time.
I know. Everybody has started to say "hold on."
I put it in one of my videos. Like, hold on. Hold on.
There's 9 people in this chat. We're all in different places that we would not have met if it wasn't for YouTube.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I'm going to tell you. I said Nana turns into a pumpkin early at night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, partway through the night, she wakes up. And Miss Annie from Down Under, she's in Australia.
Yep.
They'll have a full-on conversation for like 30 minutes in the middle of the night.
No.
Like nightly. Who would ever think that my wife from Southeast Kansas, who has barely ever left there, only when I've made her leave there, can have like a super close friend in Australia?
I have one, and I met them through the YouTube. I have a dear friend in Australia that has turned into like a sister, and I have another one in Texas that has also turned into like a sister. And what is amazing is they're coming beside, even though my daughter's an adult, they're coming beside her, and they've adopted the name of Auntie. So they're both aunts to her, as my daughter is losing a great aunt and my aunt that has cancer, and another family member that has chosen to disconnect from our family. So they're stepping into a very powerful role, and they're helping her deal with that. So you guys, if you don't think you can make friends on here, you can. It's there. Get into live chat.
Look at that.
This is it right here.
Who's Dale? No kidding. I ask myself that all the time. Who's Dale?
Don't y'all love Chris's hat? I love when Chris
I
wears
love
his hat.
Chris's hat.
I love it. I love it. And
The only thing that looked better is if he had that distinguished man pipe.
And Dale has, and y'all have your hats on, gentlemen. Dale has his hat. I see Trey with his hat up there. Well, Tony and Paul, y'all gotta get your hats.
Well, unfortunately, I'm sitting at my table and I can't get up and go get my hat unless
Circle back. Circle back.
Because something about meatloaf.
Mary's got a cupcake.
Look at Mary. She got a cupcake out.
I'm bringing Mary with me.
We do this when somebody's celebrating a birthday. We raise a cupcake.
I was looking for it, but it's out.
It's out.
It's in the van.
Well, I was thinking he might be in a no smoking area.
Rebecca, have you Rebecca? Mary, have you met Rebecca Touched by Yarn?
Yes, I've met. She comes in, but when we have a birthday on our channel, we raise this, and it was so popular that one of my members said, "Can you do me a favor and make them and put them in your merch store so they're in there?" And she came up with the name to name it Blessed Connection Cake. And so now it's in there. But every time somebody has a birthday, we raise it to them and say,
"That's
happy birthday."
Awesome.
So does anyone have a birthday this month?
I'm fixing to have a birthday this month.
Mary.
There you go.
I know Nana did. I have to get hers out.
My daughter's is next week.
Is that Paul? Paul has a birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Mary has it for you.
Bowen just called himself out. I'm going to have to disregard Bowen from every Thursday night on Cahoots because he's cheating. He's Googling it. The answer.
If I could do
no one would ever do that.
I'm a little biased. My daughter is next week or the 19th, so I'm a little biased as a mom. I think September's the best month to have a birthday in.
My oldest
and my mother-in-law's is tomorrow.
Thursday.
Oh, happy birthday to her.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
What's her
Beth
name?
in here. She's stroking that LSU thing again. Hey, Beth, let's get on the right purple train. Okay, now every man a wildcat.
Y'all bear with us tonight.
How many arguments are in our chat tonight? I mean, there's Jennifer and Jan because they want to be the favorite Lenard. Now, Dell and Trey are all about which
I
one.
just texted him last night. He was wearing that. That LSU hat, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting him.
First complaint I seen was about don't mess with my little smoky toes. I remember that. I was here for that.
Josh, you.
I was raised in Florida, so I'm just following the Miami Dolphins. That's
LSU.
Oh, you were raised in Florida, so you're one of these.
I was raised in Florida.
Oh, okay. That's
South
good.
Florida.
What state do you live in now, Mary?
Ohio. I like it much better. A lot less traffic. I do
Well,
not
do you
miss
know,
Florida.
not for nothing, Homestead. They originally come from Florida, and now they're in North Georgia.
Yeah.
And
We're about
they-
45
yeah,
minutes away
they're
from
not.
Amish country.
They don't care to go back to Florida.
Too many bears. With it.
Ooh.
About 45 minutes from Amish country. I love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now I got it started. Now we got Palmetto paratrooper in here saying Gamecocks for life.
War
What?
Eagle. That's
What
that's
in the
those two
world?
animals.
Actually, my mother was born in Aberdeen,
I
Scotland.
love Florida. Where
And
was she
she
born?
and my grandmother came over here when she was 4 months old. So where we live now is exactly where my mother was raised in.
Oh,
And then she
okay.
moved to Florida for 50 years. So she swears we brought her back to the tundra.
Oh, okay.
She likes the warm. We like the cold.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Hey, Dale.
No.
Oh,
Boy,
Friends don't let friends go to KU.
Jim
Right.
is in the heart of Amish country, y'all.
Go Pokes.
Okay, I'm more on board with Go Pokes than I am KU.
Hey, I have a philosophy on the OU-OSU thing.
Hey, Mikey and Jeff at Celebrating Farm Life.
OSU is named the Cowboys, right?
The
Nothing else.
Cowboys?
OU is
Uh-huh.
based on the Sooners from the land run. So they're
Which were
basically
cheaters.
cheaters.
Yeah, they're cheaters.
Mhm.
Would you rather be a cowboy or a cheater?
I want to be a cowboy all day.
I'm just saying.
Number 22. That's Emmett
Right.
Smith.
Not to mention,
I don't really watch football.
pistol
y'all.
firing is right up in my wheelhouse. So there's that.
Hey, Jeff and Mikey.
Joyful. I only watch the Miami
Oh,
Dolphins when they're
mercy.
winning. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No,
my gosh, Tony. I used to think a lot of you, Tony.
What's Tony got up there?
OU.
Oh.
The University of Oklahoma cheaters.
Hey, hey, wait a minute. I want to say something I won't want to say for a bit. Everybody's on this channel that I know has been great to know. The
Uh-huh.
community, as you said earlier, it's been within this, and there's a few more that's outside that we don't see right now. And some of the people that's in the chat that has brought me to, I love these lives that we do or that they do that bring us all together. And I just wanted to say that earlier. Dale, you're saying something earlier about that, and I firmly believe everything you said.
Mhm.
I went to Florida. I visited my mom and my brother. Yeah, I didn't know how many people actually watch what we do because they don't comment. They don't want to put their names out there. And it was crazy when I seen certain things. Jan, I used to love you. Anyway.
Do you still love Jan from
I
Simply
know I do,
Homestead?
Jan knows the door's open for her. She's been here already. And yeah. And Amy, I haven't heard much of you tonight.
Amy's sitting back there just chilling and letting
Oh,
y'all.
Amy's
Said
talking a
back
lot.
there
Yeah.
that I was gonna
She's
have a
still
2-hour
holding on.
live. I was gonna have a 2-hour live.
Y'all scare Marissa away.
Now it's
That's
4
what y'all
hours.
did.
You brought all
I-
of us on here.
But
I
I
love
want
your
to
laugh.
say one thing. I want to say I love you all. Thank you for everything you all do.
Yeehaw.
I love the community. Everything, it brings us all together. I love it. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, I
Well,
appreciate
we
the way
love
you
you.
return the camera.
And Angie, give our love to Angie.
Yeah. And she may be in bed.
Dale's gonna call Angie. Go ahead, Dale.
She may be in bed right now.
He does it so good.
I don't do it near as good
He
as
does.
Jesse does.
All right,
Jesse does
Jesse.
it
Where's
best.
Jesse?
Right.
I bet Jesse's sitting there laughing at us right now.
Hey, Mary, I have pretty close ties with the land I live on, too. I'll show you
Mhm.
something. Maybe I can show it to you. That's my sign.
Hi, Roger.
Bigify.
Hold on, hold on.
There you go.
Hold on.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Yeah.
Base Camp Unbounded. Howdy.
Ah, love it.
bigify that. Oklahoma Sentinel Ranch. That is a cool tractor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it.
That's pretty cool.
Sorry, I can't hold steel. I
Can
can
you
hold
tell
on.
us about it, Paul?
Yep. I found out through going to the courthouse that my grandfather's dad bought some of the land that I own today, and it's been in my family since 1919.
Wow.
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 This
That is
designation doesn't do anything for me except I get the opportunity to pay $75 to have such a neat sign to put on a tractor and park it along my driveway. But maybe one day, if they try to pull some stunt like eminent domain to take my land away from me to build a
Do it. Nope.
market, maybe I'll have a leg to stand on. I don't know, but I got the designation. There's only one other farm in Ottawa County that even has that designation. So that was pretty cool.
Love it.
Yeah. I got pretty close ties to some of my ground. My
We did.
grandparents and great grandparents cleared it so we could farm here.
Oh, my great grandmother was a hoot. She was actually over in Scotland because the war was, happening, and her sister brought over her little girl because they were working and they couldn't take care of her. They were working like in-home servants, and so they brought her over to Scotland. And of course, the war broke out, so they couldn't come back over there. What my great grandmother didn't know was the Scotland Yard was opening all the mail. And she would go around because they were rationing everything and say, now tell this person you're raising bees and tell them you're doing this. Tell them you're doing this.
Mhm.
She was in the black market because she was gathering all this stuff. And my grandmother said one day the bobbies came to the door and she went up because they were having a little nap. And she said, tell them I'll be right down. She brought this little girl on her lap and told this story how she didn't want to worry her mother and she was writing the letters and she wanted her to know she was okay and everything. She had these two men in tears. And later that night, they were fishing out the coal so they could put all the stuff they weren't supposed to have underneath the coal so that they could, in case they come back, they wouldn't check the coal. So I had quite a tough of a great grandmother and a grandmother.
You got to
over
be
in Scotland.
resourceful to make it through tough times, I think.
Yes. She was.
My
Nobody messed with Lizzie.
My dad's parents and their siblings made their living by doing some different things, and most of it was above board, except my uncle. Whenever they came up with these rules to where you couldn't sell your eggs at the grocery store anymore, and they had to go through a grader, and they started paying like half as much for the eggs he was producing. He decided that he would get a route like what the milkman had and sell eggs. And so my dad's Uncle Tommy bootlegged eggs to all the citizens who would in Baxter Springs, Kansas. He had such a route that he had people leave their back doors open for him like they would the milkman, and he'd go in and leave their eggs for them and pick up his pay. Yep.
I'll say every once in a while, my inner Lizzie will come out. She never met her brother-in-law, and he came downstairs, and he was on leave, and over in Scotland. And she said, "So, when are you going to get yourself all dressed and cleaned up?" Because he was in his pajamas. He said, "Oh, when the spirit moves me." She looked straight at him, and she said, "The spirit better move you awfully quick, because you're not getting anything until you go up and get cleaned." Never said one word, turned himself around, went upstairs and got cleaned, and came down all dressed and ready to go. So nobody messed with her.
Palmetto Paratrooper, when he was 11, where's his comment, Amy? It's on Amy's channel. His parents lived in a trailer. Put that. Trying to read what he wrote. When I was 11, my family lived in a trailer with no plumbing and illegally connected power.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they buy their eggs from a guy named Tom Case? Just wondering.
And Bowen, his family, no matter how many of us brag about how long our our families have had their ground. Yeah, Bowen's family can brag about, and others on this panel too, Chris, and can brag about their family had it before any of us ever had it. You know,
The only difference is if you go back to their belief system, they never owned it.
that's right.
They believed in they kind of agreed with what I kind of agree with what Daniel Arms says about it. He's like, this land is not mine; it's just my turn. It's not mine; it's just my turn. Because when I leave, I'm going to turn into some of the dirt out here, so it'll be somebody else's.
You know, it was talked the other night on a live that I was on. Some people were talking about. Oh, I know what it was. It was on the ladies digging in the Word last night. They brought up Dave Ramsey and financial peace, and no matter what you think about all that, that's neither here nor there. But the one thing that Dave says that I agree with 100%, we are just stewards. We don't own any of it.
Of everything.
Right.
You can look at that. Yeah.
He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and he owns the hills. He owns it all. We're just here to take care of it. It's our own little piece of Eden. Now, whether you make your own little piece of Eden into an Eden or you make it into briars and thorns is how much he's going to bless you.
I don't know. I borrowed some of those pieces of ground before that was pretty bad when I got there, and I worked a long time, and they're still pretty bad when I left. And I thought, man, I have really messed this up. Told my dad that one time when we was picking up stuff to leave a piece of rent ground that I didn't get the next year. You know what he told me? This place was messed up a long time before you got here.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my great
just the caretakers. We're the stewards of it. And
my great grandparents homesteaded our place, our home place, my mom's, where my mom lives. And I can tell you, they spoke German 100%. My great grandfather hid in the cargo area of a ship and to come to this country to homestead that. So worked as a butcher and made sausages and meats and stuff like that as a 14-year-old. So there is some history, farm families that have been generational farm kind of have got a bad rep, over some of this stuff. But what people don't understand is there's a reason why we farm generation after generation after generation for not very much money whatsoever. And it's because the sense of the land, and it is ours to take care of and be stewards of. 10 minutes, y'all. She's cutting us off at 10 minutes.
You're going to kick us out?
Yeah. You know what?
You don't know me.
All we need is Johnny to come up here now.
Well, I mean, the closer's already here. Tony's the
right.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony's
He
the
came
closer.
in early too.
Man.
You know what was sad is my grandmother, when she came over here with my mother at 4 months old, she was very embarrassed by her Scottish accent, and she hid it. And every once in a while, now when she was upset, it would come out. But she lost it, and it was like, why? It's such a beautiful accent. I guess it's not accent, but dialect. And I'm like, why did you do it? But she was just very embarrassed. She just wanted to fit in. And that was, to me, sad.
Now that is the difference.
Yeah.
That is the difference between those generations. Yeah. This whole, I'm going to speak my native language and not English. That was not like, no.
There's a couple of preachers that I really like to listen to, and one of them's Alistair Begg, and his accent don't bother me at all. And there was even a couple of guys that you would think were Hicks, J. Vernon McGee. If you ever get a chance to listen to any of his Bible studies, he's a spot on preacher. And I don't know if any of y'all get this or not, but a lot of preachers have trouble conveying their message because they know too much. And we need preachers today, and we need people today to spread the gospel by telling what you know plain enough a second grader can figure it out. And,
on a relatable level.
Yeah.
And telling your testimony is powerful.
I call that putting the cookies on the bottom shelf.
I did a devotion. I did a devotion Tuesday today that was focusing on a live I did yesterday with two of my daughter's former behavioral therapist and her, to just say, look how the Lord blessed us by providing so many people in my daughter's life to help her be the person that God intended for her to be. But to look back at that, even in the mess, how he blessed us with people coming in to help. And, I thought I'm going to use that. It was an amazing 2 hours. If you have the opportunity to go over to my channel and watch it, even if you don't have somebody in your life that's autistic, watch it and understand them, because there are more of them around than there was, and you'll get to understand maybe some of the signs to be looking for, so that if they're not looking you in the eye or they're doing certain things, you can go, oh well, I need to understand that they're not being rude. That's an autistic trait.
I was not as aware of that until I became a college instructor, and I see things. I live it daily.
Yeah.
Some of the most intelligent, gifted people I've ever been around struggle socially because of things like that. People just do not give them any chance whatsoever.
Yeah, let's just
they just accept
judgment.
It. You have to be a certain way. Yeah, they live by judgment, and I my eyes completely opened to all that kind of stuff. Trey,
if you don't
in here saying that he doesn't know what accents are. Trey, I'm going to tell you this: that area where you're at, you're probably
there are people where Trey's at that think they speak English, that speak some other language.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never watched The Water Boy, there's a reason why. That's funny.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, down south.
You don't speak like that, because I'm associated with several people from that geographic area. Yeah, I can understand what you say.
Yeah.
Creole is a whole nother language.
My comments over some of my slang, that I say. I guess I catch a lot of slack sometimes.
That's my beautiful girl.
Oh yes.
Pretty. Yeah.
This day happened, and I didn't think it was going to happen, but this is my beautiful daughter.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Bless. Praise God.
Do you want to bigify it?
If you want to, you can. I made those flowers.
I don't know how to bigify it, Dale, on my end. Can I bigify or just Amy?
No,
there you go.
That's my beautiful
Amy
girl.
has to do it.
Yeah.
Aww.
That was wedding day, it looks like.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Look how sweet.
Aww.
I know that none of you will ever believe this about me, but
Mary, you have my grandma's name, my dad's mom's name, Mary.
But my daughter's two best friends informed her on her wedding day. They said, Aubrey, your dad's a worse bridesmaid than anyone we've ever met before. Or the worst bridezilla. Because it was my baby girl's day. It had to be perfect. And I was going to make sure it was perfect.
Oh, I get it. Believe me.
Eric,
my daughter said, Eric. My daughter said later, Mom, I realized after we got married how much was involved and how much I didn't realize. And I was the planner, and her husband are not. But all of the flowers, all of the bouquets and the boutonnieres and all that were done with solo wood flowers. So you can dye them any color you want. And I did a lot of dyeing of flowers, but I saved a lot of money. And all of those, everybody that had flowers and all the bridesmaids, they got to take them home and enjoy them. She still has them at home to enjoy them, but believe me, she let her thank me later and said, Mom, I didn't realize how much. It took me about a month to recover after that.
Hey, Eric B. Hello to everyone on the panel. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, can I say something and then I'm going to duck out so that Tony gets more room? He's looking like he's all shoved together down there.
Now I'm fine.
Hey, let's make it plain, straight, and simple. 2 very simple Bible verses tell us what's required of us to get where we want to go and to know who we need to know. And the first one's found in the 3rd chapter of John, verses number 16. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever would believe in him wouldn't perish, but would have everlasting life." So that's the requirement. He requires that you believe in him. And one of my favorite verses that goes along with that is Romans 10, verse 13. And it says, "Whoever calls on the name of the Lord will be saved." So, guys, share it.
Right.
Don't be tight-lipped about it. Somebody had to tell you, and somebody's telling you, maybe telling you right now, and his name's Paul, but I got saved when I was really young. Asked the Lord Jesus in my heart to be my Lord and Savior, and I was the church brat. My dad was a deacon, and I did everything I could to mess anything I get my hands on up. And I don't care how rotten or mean or ugly you've been. Jesus forgave a guy from the cross that was a thief.
Yeah.
And told him he'd be in paradise that day. So, you know, I'm assuming he could do that for anybody who would believe.
Jesus forgave a man who helped sentence him to death, brought him to his executioner.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what his name was? I'll put you on a spot.
Judah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He called him friend and said, "Do what it is you got to do quick."
Yep.
And there were 2 of them on each side of him when they were all up there on the cross, and Christ was in the middle, the man to the left and the one to the right.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I love. Philippians 4:13.
Oh yeah.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Do you know who taught me that verse? A man that I met named Evander Holyfield, who's a boxer.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. He dropped that verse on me. We were outside the Hard Rock Cafe, and that's his favorite verse. And this is before Mike Tyson bit his ear off. You know?
I was wondering if he could hear you.
God does work in mysterious ways, right? So we all know that. That's why some of us that would never think that we should be called to share his word with others, we're like, why me? I mean, Moses was a stutterer and he moved a nation and spoke for a nation to Pharaoh. But
can you imagine his mom put him in the crocodile infested Nile River, her little baby,
to float down
just
the
imagine
river.
How his life began. Y'all think you have it bad? Let's just imagine you were Moses in that river with the crocodiles going down
the Nile River, dodging crocodiles.
And that's exactly what his name actually translates to.
A family relative, and as we're getting ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas, said, if you wrapped all your problems in the most beautiful packaging that you could ever do, and everybody lined it all up together, you better go pick your own package, because you know what's in it. You don't know what's in somebody else's.
That's right.
And you don't know what it's like to walk through their shoes. So
And that's where,
Yep.
so that's kind of where I was taking too long to get to it. But, you know, we view some of the most vicious athletes in the NFL as being these very barbaric, vicious people. One of the most feared defensive backs there was, every game would write psalms on his for eye black every game, because he wanted the guy across the line from him to see scripture.
Right.
Amen. People are watching what we're doing. You know, they're watching our actions and they're watching what we're doing, not just what we're saying, but what we're doing. Bowen
has struggled so much with his devotion. He says things all the time on there about, you know, I can't do this as good, or I'm not doing the banners as good. And we had a discussion on Bowen's devotional one Sunday about that God uses all different people in all different walks of life, because I can sit here and tout stuff all day long about Jesus, about all the kingdom, and it's going to go in one ear and out the other. And someone like Bowen can say it, and he's in your life because God wanted him to be there to hear it.
Or someone like Paul can say it, and
Paul
or Tony, or Amy and Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it could be any one of y'all's. So y'all be ready. That y'all
You
always
resonate
ready.
with different people.
Exactly.
Just like on your videos.
I certainly won't have the audience that Dale may have, because Dale drives green tractors, and if it's green at the case, we either mow it or spend it. And
Well, let's
Dale,
remember.
where was you at all that time I was having all that trouble with that John Deere baler? Why didn't you call me up and say, hey, this is what's wrong with it? If you Mr. John Deere.
If you want to know what's wrong with it, you can call me up and I'll tell you.
Let's remember over
it's too new.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Well, I like the orange. I'm sorry.
Let's remember during the Christmas holiday. Now, I happen to be an Elvis fan,
Yes,
but there was a story one time that
Said
Elvis,
a magical word.
that, you know, he had heard about a lady who had no legs, and they had put a scooter. They had made her this handmade scooter to kind of go on, and he read the newspaper article, and he said, find the best wheelchair that money can get. And they put it in the back of the limo, and they didn't ask the camera crews or anything. And they put it in the thing, and they went to her house, and they knocked on their door, and they said, we have something for her. And they brought the wheelchair inside, and they said the house was immaculate. And they said she sat there, she came around this corner in this little wooden thing with wheels and these roller skates she was using. And she said, is that for me? And he goes, yes. And she said, can I sit in it? And so Elvis picked her up, and another bodyguard put her in the chair, and she just was thrilled to death. He said, ma'am, I don't know much about this, but I know it's going to take you anywhere you want to go, and it's going to go really fast. He handed the gentleman some money, and he said, we got to get out of here because everybody's crying. And he left, and one of his bodyguards looked at him and said, Elvis, I don't think she knew who you were. And he didn't go back in the house and say, guess what? I'm Elvis Presley. I gave you your wheelchair. He said, it didn't matter who I was.
Yeah, that sounds like him. Yeah.
It mattered that they knew someone cared.
Right.
I heard that story 45 years ago.
Mary, I don't know if you know this, but like there's this humongous Elvis fan in the box right next to you. In Joyfield, Chennai.
Y'all saying
Big
a magic word. I'm not
Big
gonna
Elvis
say
fan.
anything.
We have a thank you very much membership. I mean, I went all out.
Hey, according to my watch, it's not minus 6 minutes, Amy.
Hey, Janae, when was Elvis' birthday?
It is January 8th, 1935. Yeah. And he has a few children, not just one, you know.
Right.
I can't say everything on here, but that's a magical word. But that sounds like what Elvis would do. Yep. He don't care about any of that stuff. I mean, it must have
He had
been.
a twin brother.
Yes, ma'am. No longer with him.
Yeah,
You know.
he was stillborn, but he had a twin brother. You imagine two of them?
Well, you go to
Yes,
you go to Vegas, and there's 50,000 of them running around everywhere.
You all know there's only one.
He had a huge heart, but I love that story because I think we have to remember that it's not about who we are, but that we just show people, you know what? It's all about caring.
Right.
And Amy, don't stop laughing. I love it.
Oh,
You make my day when you start laughing.
Thank you.
Well,
This
thank
is a
you
lot
for that.
better than last
Thank
week.
you for that. Thank you for that Elvis story. That was really
Oh, I've got several of them.
well. You can tell one on the next one that we do, if it's all right.
This is a real fun live. It was a lot better for me than last week when all we could do was make fun of Amy
Hey, Virginia,
being a bougie white chick.
base camp unbounded.
She's a
Shout
basic
out.
white Mexican.
Is that what it is? You know?
Yeah.
The
Hey,
next time
Scotty.
Hey,
I'll
she's
have
been
to
pretty quiet tonight.
the next time I'll have to show a picture, and I'm the only one that has it. And I will have to tell the story about how I got it, but I'm the only one who I think has ever seen that picture Elvis did, and I own it.
Oh, okay.
And no, nobody can have it.
I will.
You have to circle back and show us.
I will say
If that's
this,
okay
Amy.
with Chris and Amy.
I was gonna come on, gnawing on the ribs, the rib bones of the ribs I made last night off the smoker.
Oh, yeah, rub it in there,
Gross.
Dale.
They were amazing.
Bro.
Amy don't like meat on the bone.
No, that's it. That's the best taste right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, chicken on the
Yeah.
bone. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
that's where it's at.
Rib steak, I don't care what it is, on the bone.
I'm telling you, if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings and you order boneless wings,
You're a
why don't
bougie
you
white
say,
chick.
hey, bring me some breaded chicken breast, because that's what it is. It's not wings.
Yep.
Right, Trey? Am I right?
That's
Did I call that
right.
one?
Right.
Texas Raider.
Is he right, Trey?
If you
He
do
is
that,
right.
you might as well be
10-4.
carrying a dog in your purse.
Hey, Texas Raider.
She has a stroller for her dog.
Yeah, you told me that, but
Talk about bougie.
The
Right.
problem is Janko. If she put Janko in a purse, she'd fall over because it looks like Janko might be solid
you're getting
and
the
weighs
look.
just a little
She's
bit.
a
She's
solid
pretty
dog.
solid, yeah.
Mhm.
You were getting the look, Dale. I could see it all the way over here.
Mhm.
Whoa.
You like that movie Beverly Hills Chihuahua, the original one?
That's what Amy needs. She needs a Chihuahua.
She's had some over the
Yeah.
years. She had the little Paris Hilton teacup, apple head
Oh
teacup.
my gosh!
I
There it
did.
is, Paul. There it is.
Only thing I know to tell you, Amy, is that Jesus loves bougie white chicks too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Probably got.
See?
She's probably got a basic bougie starter kit with a Stanley cup set next to her too, right?
Oh,
No, I think Stanleys are too expensive.
you don't eat ribs at all. You don't eat ribs.
have a mocha.
Amy?
She don't eat nothing off the bones,
That's
right?
all-
Nothing.
oh my god.
Amy,
How many in here want ice cream, and how many of here want some pie?
That's mocha.
Oh yeah.
Who wants
That's
coffee or hot
mocha.
cocoa?
Oh, dog fur, dogs.
Oh,
Amy,
We have a
you like
mocha.
fish?
Do what?
You like fish?
what's your favorite one? What's your favorite fish?
She's not going to answer that. She likes.
She's
She
swallowing
likes-
real.
She likes Van de Kamp's chicken nuggets or like fish sticks.
Van Camps?
That's not the one.
I thought I was
Listen, Dale was very lucky on his Angler April to get me to eat fish.
Oh.
I ate it.
She's done a good
I
job.
ate it. I caught it and I ate it.
Now,
You ate it, Dale. What fish was it?
What was it? Catfish?
Did you give her catfish? White perch, bass? What'd you give her? Yes?
I'm trying to see if she remembers her own video.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been too long. I stubbed my toe, don't you know?
hey,
Somehow her toe is connected to her brain.
Yeah.
Apparently,
My
her
rule is
brain
if
is
I
in
can
her toe.
Amy, my
It
rule
feels-
is if I can smell it, I don't want to eat it.
It feels like an I Dream of Jeannie moment.
Orange Ruffy is a good one too.
this past week I've been in Florida. I've eaten a lot of food, but when I had a steak, believe it or not, I thought of you. I was having a T-bone, and I was looking at the bone, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to have an extra bite on the bone. I loved it. I swear to God, I thought of you 100%. I almost texted you and said, right now, but I left it alone. And I did think of you 100%.
My two favorite
I'm
parts
so glad.
are the fried bone and pork chop. The fat on the outside,
Oh,
and everything off the
Oh,
bone.
yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hey, it ain't no good if you can't eat the fat. I
That-
love it.
What
Those
part
ones
of
they
Florida
trim all
did you
that
go
okra
to,
in town
Tony?
have no taste.
No.
no, you got to have it on there.
I told my processor, I said, if I bring you a
Bougie
domestic
white
terrace to process, you had better not trim any of the fat off the outside. I don't care if it's 3 inches thick. I want it on my pork chop when it gets in my freezer.
That's
That's
what
right.
gives it the taste. That makes it juicy.
Good night, Sister Evelyn.
Night, Evelyn.
Good night, Evelyn.
Nice.
Tony, what
Circle
part of,
back.
what
Y'all
part of
want to see
Florida
a
did you
picture
go
of
to?
Miss Sweetie and I on a date?
Yes.
I'll show you one picture. We took a guy with us. Can you guess who it is? Guy we
Mm,
took with us. Just the three of us.
John Wayne.
Yeah, Pilgrim, I seen.
big
I
five.
Pilgrim.
She has that confused look, doesn't she? No, that could be why she loves me.
Oh,
All right, Ben's Amy is going to turn into a pumpkin. I guess I'll
Yep.
get off of here.
Well, be careful.
It's not midnight.
Don't let her drop her slipper.
get her done, Paul.
See you guys later. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank
Bye,
you for
Paul.
coming up.
All right.
I love you
Have a-
guys. Take care.
Love
Don't take any
you.
wooden nickels.
No.
Any other good advice? Trey,
10-4.
don't say anything first. Just let them talk first, and that way they won't think you're from the country.
Paul, it was lovely to
See
meet
you
you.
later, Paul.
Catch y'all later. Bye.
Good night, sir.
Bye.
Good night, Paul. Love y'all.
Night, y'all.
Tony,
Good
what part of
night.
Florida were you at?
Whoa.
You
Tony.
were down in Florida. Which part?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Which part of Florida did you go to?
I'm just not going to say town, but Central Florida,
Okay.
pretty close to the Space Coast or Treasure Coast, Florida.
Okay.
That's where the
I'll let
I
you know
Dream
when
of
that is.
Jeannie. The I Dream of Jeannie was filmed out there.
Hey, there's Tim Mason.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't.
Yep.
I
Thank
don't
you,
miss.
Keith.
Hi, Tim.
I tell you, I did a live down there, and I didn't realize it until I came home that on the live, I was kind of walking the beach, and actually, I met a person that lived. We went to 10 Killer Meetup. They lived, and I can't remember what it was, Paul something, very close to 10 Killer. They were on the beach behind, the wife is behind me. I had my YouTube 10 Killer Meetup shirt on, and on back it said 10 Killer, Oklahoma. And she said 10 Killer, and I kept walking, and the husband's in front of me with a stroller, and I was just getting into the sand of the beach. And then she said it again. I kind of turned around and looked at her for a second, And she mentioned you from 10 Killer, Oklahoma. I said, no, but I live very close to it. We had a meet up there.
Wow.
They live there, and they're at the beach where I was at. It was crazy. And
that's a sign for you.
I was walking by. Actually, a couple times you didn't see in the live video, but as I walked by, I was waving to them, and they did tell me that she told me that she's actually watching my live when I was walking by, and she yelled out, "I'm watching your live," and I don't know who they were, but they were from 10 Killer, Oklahoma, Paul Hill or Paul something up near there. I don't know where it's at, but it was crazy, and it's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big time.
Actually, Mike MT, he mentioned a town he may have said it in the live, or I don't remember what it was, but he mentioned the town where they're from, and he nailed it, what they said. And it's pretty cool. I mean, what, 2,000, 1,800 miles away, and you're meeting people that know right exactly where you're at. It was neat.
So it is a small world after all.
And I said that too. It's a small world.
Yeah.
I mean, I was raised in Florida, but this girl didn't spend much time in the beach. I spent it most in the pool.
So that
If
was
I
more
couldn't
fun.
see underneath where it was, nope, I didn't want to go in. I'd love to sit and watch the sunset. But for me, I could spend 3 hours in my grandparents' pool. I was a pool girl. I was not an ocean girl at all.
You mentioned pool. You mentioned pool. I'm sorry to interrupt, but you mentioned pool. I lived in Florida for a while, and maybe, I don't know if you all know, but in Florida, there was a guy named Mel Tillis. Not Mel Tillis. Mel Fisher.
Fisher, yes, Mel Fisher.
Okay, yes. He hung his treasure. Okay.
The Atosha ships, yes.
Okay. His home was literally in the town that I lived in for like 10 years, where I was at. Okay.
Tony, you've been hiding this from us?
No, I worked with a fellow person at a dealership that was very close to him and his family, and I do not know that. One day he said, "Hey, I'm going to go to Mel Fisher's home at a pool party." Yes. I didn't know. I mean, I knew Mel Fisher, kinda. I didn't know what it was, but it was on the beach, where the town I was in recently. And he said, "Come on over and I'll introduce you to him." So I met him, his son, his daughter, all them before they passed away in the boat sinking, you would say. But what the deal was they would actually throw in coins. I'm talking Spanish coins at the bottom of the pool. I witnessed it. I watched it. Whoever can go at the bottom of the pool and recover the coin, it was their coin. And he would throw this literally, I don't remember. I'm just going to say 15 times. Could be short, I could be more. I watched kids go in and try to recover these coins. They were gold and silver coin. I'm going to say more gold than silver, but
yes, they were. Yeah, I held these collection. I know you're saying this exact truth because I had hosted the Mel Fisher collection. I did work in fine jewelry for some time when I was in school, and they had just brought their finds because he had a bunch of investors to invest to find the Atosha ship about the wreck that happened in Florida. And it was in 1995 and 1996 when I helped host Mel Fisher. And they actually found a bunch of these beautiful coins. And I know there's been a lot of coin collectors. A lot of people circle back with Amy. Chris has a coin collection, or Radio Jonesy, or Island of Tasmania. But Mel Fisher's collection is outstanding. And here is a wedding chain that's worth $1 million. And I've held that in my hand. It is pure gold. And it is beautiful. Well,
the Mel Fisher Museum was in between the town that I used to live in where it sat. has now moved, but I have been there many times when I lived down there. It showed the Atosha. Prior to that, I mean, Mel Fisher had been searching for the Atosha for a long time.
Yes.
And I knew of him. Like I said, I'm gonna give me a second. I'm gonna say, I'll go to like early '90s was when I met Mel Fisher. I mean, give it a take.
You had to have, because he passed in '98. Yeah, I remember.
I know exactly, and I shook his hand. I met his son, and I, believe it or not, I did not know who Mel Fisher was in a way.
That's awesome.
Until I met the kids. And then he started talking, and at that time I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." And then after I left, I researched it, and I was like, "No way, you're kidding me!" And then years later, there it is. So I was 100% at his poolside when he was tossing these coins in for these kids to go in to grab them if they can, and then there was a little prize for everybody as they went. And something I will absolutely never forget.
Yes, sir. That's a beautiful story. Thank you for telling us. I have that connection with you about the Atosha, because that was the mother lode. It had 40 tons of gold and silver.
Yeah.
And a lot of Spanish coins, Spanish bars, silver bars, and all that stuff.
And they think they have not recovered at all. They don't. I mean, from what I've read and seen, there's more. But they do not know where it's at. They think it's buried in the silt.
I think there's like a couple of 100 silver bars that's still not discovered, or you know. And he actually won over the state for his wreckage, for his find. He took the state, and he worked with a bunch of his collectors and investors, and the state of Florida claimed the title to the wreck, and for a certain percentage, and in his company, and they forced him to do a contract with him. But Mel actually fought the state, and he claimed the fine should be the company's exclusive. So they ruled in favor of Mel, and he came through. But I was able to hold there's a wedding chain. Look at the babies on the floor. Oh yes, I know. I love the Huskies.
Well,
Juno Acres.
Look at them.
Hi.
I was going to say last weekend.
Bigified Tony. Yeah.
I literally last weekend drove by Mel Fisher's old museum where it sat. I mean, literally, I actually was talking to my brother. I said, that's where it used to sit right there. And that's when I used to live there. And
that shows the American spirit. It's just a beautiful story, his story, Mel Fisher. Yeah.
And now that we're saying this, I know I'm talking a lot, but I was doing my live, and the guy doing some metal, had metal detector searching the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I walked by him for a second, and I asked him, how you doing? He says, nothing today. And I think I asked him, have you got anything before? And I was talking to him. I don't know if he can hear what he was saying, but he showed me a bracelet on his hand. Mm-hmm. He says it's a bracelet from a ship. He didn't say where, but he had it on his left hand, on his it was on his right hand. And then he showed me his watch on his right hand. And he said that is from the gold, the coins that he got, that he bartered to get this watch. I didn't see what the watch was, but he said that his wife wears rings and some jewelry from the shipwrecks that was along that beach. Now, it's called Treasure Coast, which goes, I'm just going to guess, say 75 miles long. That's where he got all this stuff. And he talked about his wife, but I seen what he had on, and I was floored. That bracelet he had on his arm that is probably, I would go maybe 200 years old, gold bracelet.
Oh yeah, definitely, because there was over 40 tons of gold and silver, and about 114,000 Spanish silver coins. They
Yeah.
have that special. If you've seen the Atosha coin from Mel Fisher's collection, I know that Wyland, he's an artist, a marine. Well, he's originally a sculptor, Wyland. He does a lot of murals about, sea life and dolphins and aquatic life, and does big mural paintings. But he has a a joy for collecting and art and animals of sea life animals. But mainly he started off as a sculptor and sculpted with bronze sculptures. But there is so many variety and diverse culture across our America. And the Atosha is just one example and one story that shows the American spirit and what's what's it all about. It's a beautiful story, and just all these treasure hunting stories, and even the stories, Yamasuka's gold or something like this. Just the gold rush, and all these guys that go to Alaska are amazing. They go through the snow and the dirt, and it's just a wonderful hobby, and they love it. It's just wonderful.
What I seen on his wrist, and you can't
They're not on our page.
you can't buy it. I mean, you think of how it's made,
Mhm.
but when I actually with you, I think I probably paused when I seen what's on his wrist. I know I didn't show it. I didn't want to show his face because he was searching for whatever.
Mhm.
But I may have paused because what was on it would be his right wrist.
Mhm.
I was bored what it was, and I was shocked, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I've been down to Florida, I'm going to say 3 times in the last 10 years. Every time I want to go and rent a metal detector, not go where I was at, because I would want to go more north, because I know where the shipwrecks were. But I would love to have traveled with the backpack with water, because I'd be an all-day thing to go further north and look, because it's always been my dream. But every time, my family, my nieces, my mom, my brother.
You mean towards St. Augustine, up north that way?
No. We're talking East Coast, complete East Coast.
Okay. Sanibel Island and all that. Yeah.
You're talking like Melbourne. You're talking Sebastian, Indian River County.
Yes.
Further up north, just a little bit, not much, but up in that area is huge, with Spanish galleons. I don't know how many, but a lot.
Hundreds of thousands of Spanish galleons and pieces of gold and silver coins and silver ingots are actually the treasure. Everything belongs to God. We own nothing. That's my opinion. Y'all can think what you want, but that's my opinion. But I just love the stories behind it all. And roughly, half that treasure went down with the Atosha ship. And that's the one you're talking about with Mel Fisher's people.
Well, yeah, but he searched more up near, I think it's Indian River County. I don't know if you all know, you ever watch Oak Island? Okay, Gary that searches with metal detector on Oak Island, he literally lives in Indian River County, and I was walking probably within a mile of where he used to live, or maybe he still lives, I'm not too sure. But
that's awesome. You'll have to come back and do that, and maybe bring Angie.
I would love to, and we would love to go. She would love to go, but with the animals, especially the dogs, dogs are the number one thing. It's hard to find somebody to watch the dogs and stay here. I mean, I was gone for 8 days.
Well, y'all are welcome anytime, and you can leave the dogs. I'll watch the dogs.
I would trust Willow, but Coda is a little different.
They have to be in the fence.
No, they're indoor dogs. They're not outdoor at all.
Oh, indoor only dogs?
That's
Okay.
it. Yep. I mean, Coda, he's like a puppy, but when he's inside and someone comes in, he is. I don't trust him with nobody unless I'm there or we're there.
He's like a guard dog, a real deal,
Oh yeah.
like the German Shepherd.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. The Akita dogs too. They're
Yep.
they're that way too. It's all how you bring the dog up. My
Yeah.
brother had a pit bull, but if you treat the dog well and kind and bring it up with a lot of love, the dog's gonna respect his master and be a good dog.
Well, I kind of agree with you, but you probably didn't see my video back. I don't know, like 4 videos back. I had an encounter. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go into it, but you guys can all look back about 4 videos, and it didn't work out good. And for like maybe 3 days, I was pretty messed up about it until a few people called me and Jan, you met him, I know. But that's not when he's when someone's outside, and I know Jan. I had a bad deal, and I'm not going to do it for Amy. But anyway, anybody can watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone.
Well,
Yeah. Well, you do what you can do, staycations or vacations and all that stuff. But Mel Fisher's treasure, is the world's leader in its historic shipwreck recovery. So.
Oh, I want to say one thing real quick. You guys, I don't know if you ever hear about Harbor Branch. Harbor Branch is a oceanic plate thing that really they search for ocean stuff, shipwrecks or anything like that. And I'm going to say back, this go early 80s. I was looking for a job. I had a job offer. They shorts me out as a mechanic to work for them on their boats. And I believe I went to a dealer because they offered me more money. But Harbor Branch is a place that literally, actually, my brother and I and my mom, we drove right by it and we're talking about it rough deal. Yeah, Jan, you're right. I kind of wish sometimes that I went with Harbor Branch for oceanic discoveries and whatever. I believe they found something special in either South Carolina and North Carolina seas. I don't remember what it was, but they found an old. I don't want to say because I'm going to be wrong, but I know they found something. Coda's trying to get out of the room.
We'll have to check that out. Harbor Branch.
Yep. 100%. I was offered a job, and but this would have been back in. Let's just go to the early 80s, early to mid 80s. What do you want?
They're out of Fort Pierce, Tony.
Yep.
That's where I was born, Fort Pierce, Florida.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yep.
Coda, what do you want? What? You want to sleep on Mama? Look at me.
I mean, I can say Mocha was actually a rescue. She was a foster fail. She's a Staffy. So first of all, when you look at her, you think of Pitbull, Staffy.
It's in Key West.
And she's smart. She's marked. And she was actually held by the collar and choked by neighborhood kids that thought it was funny. And then she was sent to her next home and she was beaten every time she did something wrong. So you have a dog that takes a while to warm up to people. And she wants to be tough. She's not. She's a marshmallow. But when somebody knocks on the door, boy, she looks like she could just tear you up. She won't. She's not going to bite. She never has. She'll
a boxer?
Make a big. She'll make a big noise and then she'll come in and love on you. But we're very careful that when people are greeting her, they're doing it the way Mocha needs it done. because of her past. And we've worked very hard with lots of love and lots of reassurance and a lot to get her to where she is today. But it really messes with them if they've had a really rough upbringing to have to kind of undo all that. And we've had to undo all of whatever she was through. That's what we know of. She probably was went through a lot more than just that.
And Mary, that's the same as with children too. You can say that about humans as well as animals. But Tony wanted to tell us something about Harbor, and I don't know if he was going to get something for show and tell, a Harbor ranch. He was saying something about it.
Kodo's wanting to get out of the room. He's wanting to go sleep with them all. No, I'm just trying to say that Harbor Branch did a lot of shipwreck discoveries and research and vessels, and they had offered me a job. This is like a long time ago. I was a mechanic, diesel mechanic, and that's what they wanted me to do on ship. And
Wow.
yeah.
So you work heavy equipment then, Tony?
Back then, yeah.
Wow.
Well, as long as you don't go work for Ocean Gate, because that don't turn out very well.
No, I'm done with all that. I'm retired, and I'm like, now, someone said a minute ago that Amy and Chris are very quiet tonight.
We were talking earlier. We're just letting other people talk.
We're listening. Yes, it is on. It is our life, but we like hearing the conversations, and I mean, we like listening. So we don't like to interrupt because we do know that talking over somebody, especially when they're having a conversation. I think that
microphones are weird too. Yeah. Like when you get too many people talking on microphones, it just gets garbled and you can't hear either one of them. So.
And Amy, there's been a lot of people tonight within the chat that have never been on your live, like myself and other people. So it's kind of like we're meeting new people and,
yes,
and so forth. And we've seen them in chat, but not in person necessarily. So
yeah.
Tony's talking with his hands, but I don't hear it. He's a ventriloquist.
It's been really nice having everybody up here, and I'm so glad that Dale taught us how to
co-stream. We had
awesome.
Over 50-something people earlier.
Yes,
because of all the co-streaming. Sending out.
I've gained 4 subscribers tonight during this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And see, that's what
I tried to co-stream and it wouldn't let me go. I don't know why.
Who's saying that, Tony?
Yeah, I tried to, it wouldn't let me go. Actually, about that time, way back when, I said it dumped me. I was off the live stream.
It kicked Tony off a couple of times. It was weird.
I'm 19 away.
But that's okay. I know you guys still love me.
I'm 19 away from 1K.
Hey, Tony, I got something before we leave.
Yes.
Since you're a Cheaters fan, I went and got something for you. What do you get when you turn OU on their head?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, I'll do the same thing, dude. As well.
Just no.
And I appreciate everybody who has come along because we've gained subscribers tonight from everything. So, Tony's gone again.
We do a take a break shout out every day on our channel. We're doing the Fall Fest right now, but we do a take a break every day just as a way of giving back to other channels and letting people know. So pay attention to your community tabs because you'll find out if you go start paying attention to them, they'll show up in your feed. They'll show up more in your feed. So pay attention to those.
Yeah, Tony's back there. I try to put everyone on my community page. I'll post y'all channels. Like if you're live on Tuesday and I know it, I'll post it up under there. And if someone happens to pop up that I don't know that's live, I'll add them if I see it. But the ones that go on Monday or Thursday night hangouts, I'll try to put them all in my community page so everyone can share with one another. Share the channels out, everybody else's channels.
And I'm trying to catch up on everybody. I try to watch. I don't watch a lot of nobody because there's so many people in the community that we're starting. So I just, you'll see me comment and watch just a little bit, and I'm watching everybody.
Peter.
So,
Peter was right.
Hey.
If I could give you a cup of coffee, Amy, I would.
Amy, I know we won't make it to that Renaissance or 27th, 28th. We can't make it.
Yeah.
There's just too much going on.
BG just got here. Look. Hello, BG.
You see how he got booted a second ago? I hadn't.
I know. I was like, Tony's just gone.
I didn't touch nothing, and I was gone.
Oh, there.
I was thinking Amy don't like me no more. I was like, what the heck?
Oh, whatever. Now you sound like Jennifer.
No. But love you guys.
We love you.
I enjoy the videos of Diesel.
I'm already.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody is loving Diesel. He's a big hit.
What's not to love?
I know, those ears are just the cutest.
A living chunk of bacon. But he's never going to be bacon. That's the weird part.
And if y'all don't know, that's where Amy got Diesel from. It's from Tony.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And saying that, today I was out with Sig, and I was like, man, he's so huge. But my father-in-law was here last week with Angel when I was gone, and he said that Sophie looked bigger. Sophie is actually longer, but Sig is nothing but muscle-bound.
Yeah.
As I said before, Arnold Schwarzenegger walking through the property, pure muscle. He's cool.
Yeah.
And you got the son.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, June Acres. Golly, I'm tired.
It's almost midnight.
It's almost midnight, and I stubbed my toe a long time ago.
In Alaska.
It's almost 1 o'clock here. I got you beat.
So, who's in charge of the meetup? It's Hippie Cow Yay Homestead. Her name is Chris. We call her the OC because she's the other Chris.
The other Chris.
If you go back on one of my lives, I went live with Jack Dyer and her, and they're explaining all of the rendezvous. There is I'll share the link too, but there is a post on Facebook about the rendezvous. So
it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks ago.
It's somewhere on my community page if you can find it, but hippie, oh yay.
So I am gonna say that we really do have to get off. I'm getting tired, and I still have to take my medication, so haven't done that yet for tonight. So thank you for coming up.
You're only 15 minutes away from 4 hours.
I know.
You sound like Bowen.
But hey, we beat Old Pecan Homestead last night.
Yeah.
By like a few minutes now.
Yes.
Hey, just so you know, I'm going to meet them tomorrow around 10 o'clock in a close town to us.
Yeah, they're not too far from you.
Nope. We're going to meet them tomorrow morning sometime.
Hi, Reverend Dream.
Now Reverend Dream's in here.
Hey, Reverend Dream.
You got people just joining, Amy. I mean,
I know. And hey, listen. It is amazing to me that there is still 34 people watching this live right now on our end. 35.
Yeah.
Sorry, 35.
That means you keep going. 17 more minutes, you'll break your last one that I put on my community page, and you broke 4 hours.
Yeah, we were like 4
Should I
hours
put the cupcake back on my head and then we can make it a party?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah. Hit the thumbs up. Yep.
Hey, everybody that's in the chat commenting, hit the thumbs up for Amy, please.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up, y'all.
Yep.
And if anybody would, I
And share
am
the
glad to
live
collaborate
out.
with anybody too as well. So I'm glad to do that on my channel or theirs or what have you. I think that's a great way to introduce channels back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
Hey, Troy.
Troy says, I'm still here.
Yep.
Jan says, you can't leave yet.
They all want you to go to that 4 hours.
There's a
I
cupcake
know.
on her head, y'all. There she has a
Troy,
cupcake for y'all.
we're looking for more.
There's my channel if y'all.
We're looking for
Okay.
5 hours.
No.
No.
Now you sound like Tony's got
my
something on
bedtime.
his head. What's he got? Oh, he's got his freaking thumbs up. Oh,
Hey, Amy, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to step out.
yeah.
Praise everybody. Love everybody's on the comments and video and everything. We'll talk to y'all later. But my butt is tired.
Yes.
And remember, somebody cares about you.
At 100%.
It's right up there.
Yep,
Love you,
yep.
Tony.
Same here. And I see you back there. Love you.
Love y'all.
Yeah, it was lovely to meet all of you. It really was.
Say good night to everybody. Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, well.
Now there's 4. We just take them down one by one.
No, it was so good that you came up and started talking. That is awesome. You'll hit your 1K soon. You only have
Oh,
what?
I'm only 19 away.
19 away.
But
there you go.
It
So
proves
And if
one
she
thing.
would stay on for the 4 hours, you might be closer than that.
It proves that how many different channels did we have on here tonight? We had, well, even though I have
7,
crochet in my name, I'm not. But we had
3, 4,
different
5,
ones,
6,
but we all
7.
came together and had a lovely discussion.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're saying 15 now.
15. You're 15 away now.
I know
this
I'm
is like
already
good trying
I'm already
to watch
subscribed. I know I am.
You know when you want to watch a boiling pot of water boil, this is
Right.
Hey, and there's always replay. I'm telling you, people watch replay.
Yeah. I know. I'll get
and
there.
It's crazy because I used to do like 1 hour when we first started. And
I can't even remember those
I
times.
don't even remember when our last 1 hour live was. Because once we started learning about StreamYard, we brought people on and let people talk about their channels and stuff. And that's how, people learned about them. And now we've learned about this co-streaming, and I'm like, I love it.
Amy, I have a question.
What's that?
And Chris, I see some people here. I guess it says they're in the basement. It says in the basement. I don't know how to do this for them to put them up. AS Blind is our Louisiana Live 1242 says
Yes, that's Alfonso.
Alfonso.
I will have to. We're about to end.
We're gonna
that's
end
why I didn't bring
Alfonso.
him up. Because we're about to end. I really
circle
have
back
to
next time, Alfonso.
Yes,
Right.
come back
I
next
gotta
Tuesday.
go to sleep.
And come up earlier, and I'll bring you up. I'm tired. I've been running around all day. My daughter had an ultrasound today, and so we were just running around all day. So just very tired.
Did it go okay?
Yeah. Oh, we learned her due date is March 22nd.
Oh, spring baby.
Yeah, March 22nd. And so we're pretty excited about that. So, yeah, we'll see.
Awesome.
We're hoping everything goes all right. She don't have no complications, and she don't have to have a C-section. Sean told her that she may be able to have it normally. So
cool.
Yeah.
Is this going to be her first one?
No. This will be her third. This is our
Third.
oldest daughter, Maribel. Yep.
Maribel and Marissa. And then
Marissa is has just William. Yep.
I call him Bobby Swirls.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
Exactly.
sweet one.
Yes.
And
We
then
only
y'all
have
have
one
a
daughter.
boy. Y'all have a boy too.
I've just said to my daughter, I only want one thing. And I no, not to my daughter, but to the Lord. Just give me one granddaughter. Because my son-in-law is one of 3 boys or 4 boys altogether. And they're all start with J's. And so I'm just like, just give me one. Just one granddaughter, please. I'll take any healthy one. You know, at
How
the end of
come
the
I
day.
don't
But
hear
it's
Amy?
one granddaughter.
Oh, that's
But,
Mary.
Yeah, but she's not there yet. But I'm waiting for the day when I get to be called Yaya, which is grandmother in Greek.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, we thank Amy. Thank you, everyone. This is Circle Back with Amy, Leonard Mountain Homestead with Amy and Chris. You'll enjoy their channel. Share their live out. Share their channel out.
Yeah. Your community tabs can be powerful. And if you pay a lot of it, if you start going to people's community tabs and start looking at them, you will find out they're going to pop up in your feed more. I think it's like that ugly lamp that kind of sits there that your aunt gave you for a wedding and you go, oh, no. But if you go start watching them and commenting and I'm finding out I'm getting more community tabs in my feed because I'm paying attention to the community tabs.
Yeah.
Are you joined on my
You
channel
react
yet,
to
Mary?
them and they show up more. Yeah.
Mary, did you join in on my channel yet or comment?
Yeah, I did. You made me a moderator.
That's
Yes.
right. I saw you over there.
Yeah, I've just been trying to moderate to some degree on my own over here. I've been
And Trey.
subbing, but I've been
And
making
Trey
sure
and
nobody
Jessica.
has been misbehaving.
Yeah, Trey, that's okay. That's Alfonso, and he's gonna come back next time.
Yes.
For the AS, yeah.
You only got 6 minutes, Amy. That's it. There's just 6 minutes, and you'll.
Well, the way she does her Southern goodbye, it's
I
going to
know.
take her an hour to say goodbye.
Janae, have you watched my last video that I put on?
Probably, but I didn't probably comment on it.
Well, I did say
she came and she lived on
it,
and she shouted out.
When we're talking, I say, Janae, we're gonna circle back. You know, I did say that. So yeah, we did say that we were gonna circle back because we're trying to figure out what's the difference between a ranch
and a farm.
Ranch and a farm. Yeah.
Yes. We got to circle back to that next Tuesday. What is the difference between a ranch and a farm? Because,
a ranch is supposed to be when you raise animals, and a farm is when you grow plants. But Gillum Farms has cows.
Yeah. Well, but you see, some of that might be the area you're in.
Now, he just might want to pop
that may
up
come
in
from.
here.
See, it may be a northern thing, maybe ranches, because you have a lot of ranches up north. Down south, you have a lot of farms. Now, I don't know. That's just me.
Texas has King
ranches. Yeah, I know.
So I don't know if it's a geographic thing or not, but
I don't know.
It's weird. But see, here's where we're at with it.
Yeah,
we're neither. We call ours a homestead, but when you grow animals, it's considered a ranch, like a horse ranch, a cattle ranch. We have pigs, but it's not a pig ranch; it's a pig farm. Like I've heard that for years. It's a pig farm, not a pig ranch. So what's the difference? Is it because they're pigs? Are they being negative towards pigs just because they're pigs and calling it a farm, not a ranch? You can't be a ranch because it's pigs. I don't know. Exactly. They're just being negative.
Or if you're like me and you wind up at the Dollar Tree seeing a horse and buggy, I mean, come on.
Yeah, if you head out to towards Inola, they have a large Amish community, and they show up to the auctions out there. And if you show up to an auction and you see a Massey Ferguson tractor out there, you pretty much are you might as well go home because they've got deep pockets. And if they want it, they're going to get it. So when you show up and you see that tractor sitting there, you're like, well, crap.
Ranches.
If you ever go to Berlin, Ohio, if you ever go to Berlin, Ohio, check out Walnut Creek. The best cinnamon rolls you'll ever have.
Ranch is a condiment.
Yeah, and ranch is gross.
It's a delicious dipping sauce.
That's disgusting.
No, don't do ranch.
I do
Listen,
love
Trey,
ranch.
you'll learn from this community how weird I am about my eating habits and what I do and what I don't like. Ranch is stinky. I think it smells like smelly feet. And
I don't like
eat it.
Oh no, we're back to smelly feet.
And we're back to feet. We only got three
Amy,
more,
you
2.5 minutes.
So we'll circle back to ranch or farm next week.
I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look
Yeah,
into
there
that.
you go.
Amy, you
Yeah.
should look at my recipe for cottage cheese bagels on my channel. They are delicious.
Oh,
They
Oh, that
don't
sounds-
taste like cottage cheese though.
I can't. It's not even. I've never tasted cottage cheese, and the reason why is because it's like
The
when
texture?
milk gets like that, I throw it out.
Like clabbered
I
milk.
don't go buy it especially like that. Like when milk starts to get semi-solid, that means that it's bad. Why would I eat it?
You smooth out the cottage cheese. It's smooth. My husband doesn't like cottage cheese, and my daughter's autistic and a very picky eater. They
Right.
love these bagels. I'm telling you, you do not taste the cottage cheese.
I
High
love feta
protein.
cheese.
They're delicious.
I don't even know what cottage cheese tastes like because I haven't ever tasted it because I can't get
see,
over
then
the
you
fact
could
that
at least
I'm
try it.
eating. I can't get my brain to get in out of the way to let me eat food that's going bad.
When you put it in the blender and smooth it
You're
and
gonna
put it in
gross him
flour,
out,
you will
Mary,
never know.
before bed. You're gonna
Right.
look at Trey's face. Trey's face.
I get it, and I see so many people eating it. I'm like, I know it wouldn't survive in the stores if people didn't like it. I get it; it would go away. And it's been around forever. I can't wrap my brain around it.
Blah.
But you have
Man,
to try
blah.
them. They're
That's all I have to
delicious. I'm
say.
telling you. They're delicious.
How about some pizza, Chris?
I can do some pizza.
All right.
I'm not real big on pizza, but I'll do pizza. I like. Well, usually when we do pizza, I do calzone more than pizza.
Mm-hmm.
She has to stay on because the ticker's going.
Oh, I know it's like you're down to seconds now.
I'm down to seconds, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
down to seconds. Yeah.
Where's Tony? Tony's
Mary,
missing.
you remind us of Bowen. I can't do-
Well,
Now,
we love you guys.
Oh.
We'll see y'all next.
20 seconds.
Yeah, we got
Here you
20
go.
seconds.
Might as
So
well hang
Amy,
on.
here's a trophy
Yeah.
for you. You
Come
did it.
on.
This is Floppy on our channel.
Just see,
So here you
hey,
go. I
now,
raised Floppy to you.
my question is, which we had a deal. Now, if somebody goes back and watches this live, are the ones of us that joined in get the credit for the whole 4 hours if they watch it on our channel? I wonder, or do they only get
Dale
the
said
credit?
earlier that
Yeah.
you only get
Yeah.
the credit for the people that were in
Oh,
your
no.
chat.
That's
Yes,
what I mean though. But if they
but
go
that's
back
what he's
and
talking about. If they go back
rewatch
and
it,
watch on his
yeah, if they
channel,
go back
because
and
he's
rewatch it on
streaming.
mine, I guess we'll get the
Mhm.
whole
Yeah,
credit.
you'll get the
You
whole
should.
4 hours again for that one.
Yeah.
If they watch it through yours, then yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Going through, yeah.
Mhm.
That's
I
true.
would
We're gonna
imagine. yeah.
raise a trophy to Amy. She did it.
Yeah, look
This
at
is
it. Well,
Floppy.
see, I had to
There you
ask
go.
the
See why?
question just to push you over the edge. Amy.
Another 4 hour. We'll have to tell Tony, hey,
Right.
she made it again.
You need to tell Dale.
I know. Need to tell Dale. Yeah.
I'll call him at midnight.
Oh,
Hey,
Lord.
we just did it. I didn't wake you up, did I?
I'll try and be on time next time. Don't want to miss the ranch versus farm.
Right. It's important information
Yeah.
that you need to know. Like,
It is.
who doesn't need useless information
Yeah.
for trivia night?
I still have
Exactly.
3 people watching on mine. What in the world? I
Right?
don't know who
There
I
you
know
go.
would even be up watching 3 still.
Like, there's times we only have this many, like, earlier in the night. We still got 27 at
Yeah.
midnight.
Hmm.
Like, there's times where that's all we have at all.
See, look, it's the LSU. It's the
Right.
that's what
That's
no.
what- no,
That's-
it's, I'll have to say it's probably America.
Oh well,
It's,
yeah.
it's my cupcake. It's my
Yeah, it's-
cupcake.
Right? It's the combination.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Well,
right.
it's midnight.
Well,
Yeah.
And I'm
y'all
going
circle
to-
back to Leonard Mountain Homestead Tuesday.
Yes.
Many
Farm or
powerful
ranch.
blessings.
Bring your
Ranch.
opinion on the
Farm or
difference
ranch.
between a farm and a ranch.
Yes.
Or a
Be
ranch and a
looking out
farm.
for my live. But we're gonna do about
Yeah.
our 1,000 subscribers.
America.
America.
Maybe the next time I see you, I'll be at 1K.
There you
By
go.
next
There
week.
you
That'd be
go.
awesome.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Y'all have a
Good
great
night.
night. God bless.
Bye.
Good night. Good night.